Welcome back everyone. Today I bring you a new match, finally, after like a week or more, simply because most of my rounds were just shit. I wanted to do a video, but it was either losing against some, I don't know, top 20 players or something, where the game wasn't interesting, I was just steamrolled and did stupid stuff, or it was against complete noobs that literally played their first game, so also not very exciting gameplay there. But finally, I had a good game. It is, as always, against an Airborne division, against 82nd, as like 90% of the games in ranked right now. Of course, against somebody who also started early, so I'm pretty sure the countdown had already started, or should start like soon. You don't see it in a replay, obviously, but I saw it when I was playing. If you don't know, there's a trick. If you right in the beginning press the start game button once to start the countdown and then instantly stop it again, once your enemy clicks it to start the round, it will still be the 3 minutes and not the 30 seconds or whatever that you get once you have already spent a bit of time in the deployment phase. So just a little tip for you. Well, as you might guess, I have already obviously seen the replay myself to see what's going on. My enemy didn't even bother to put units on the road. He just spammed a bunch of units out near the road and then instantly pressed start round to put me under pressure. So, you know, I have a really cool enemy here to play against, playing at a second and not even waiting for your enemy to be ready. But well, that's what we have to go up against at the moment. So I had to speed up my deployment a bit. You see I deployed two LRS, one in the center to go into this building, though I deployed here first because I'm a bit afraid of being sniped if I try to go into this building here. One LRS into the ATC tower there, or well, I guess it's an ATC tower, I'm not sure. Yeah, this would be the ATC tower. This is some secondary communication tower maybe or something. Oh, I don't know. But either way, it's a tower, so you can see the sightlines here are very good. Always look for buildings with like high buildings or church towers or these command towers, because you can see the sightline there is always very great. One scout on the left, I bring them in the ACAV. I think the vehicle is very cool. It is obviously on a more expensive side, but with the recoilless rifle and the 50 cal, it can dish out quite some damage, and it has good optics, so you know, it is a decent vehicle in my opinion. Scout to the flank here to prevent some LAV rushes through the road. He can still go through the forest line, though, well, I kind of have to leave something open, because you can see I am deploying a forward supply point. Because I play 8th with, well, I wouldn't say a lot of artillery, but let's say supply-intensive artillery. And so I thought I might try to play with the FSP, and it's, how much is it? It doesn't show here right now. Maybe it will show later once the game starts. It's 16,000 supply, I think. Well, anyway, it is a lot, and the FSP has been buffed fairly recently. Can't remember if it was this update or the last one. It's become much cheaper now. It's 175 points for 16,000 points of supply. That is very good. The problem obviously being that you have to deploy it in the initial deployment phase. So that's a bit meh, but that's a trade-off for getting a lot of supply, right? 2 arrow rifles to get someone into here quickly and here, like somebody that can actually fight the LRS while being special forces, as I think all or most of the GSR squads. I don't really want to use them for close quarters combat if I don't really have to, and because I have the arrow rifles, I would rather use them to actually do the fighting, because while not special forces, it's still a very good squad with 10 men. Then have a command here to capture this sector and this sector, then 2 ranger dragons to fight off any possible LAV rushes in the city. I deployed them defensively, as you can see, just because I'm afraid that he will just bum rush me here 2 Stingers, one in this center in the city here. I always consider this the center, even though this is like literally not the center of the map. But in the city area here, and one in the actual center in the airport facilities here. One ITO. This building here, because it has quite a good zone of control. This is a bit too aggressive for me, for my liking in the beginning. So I deploy them in this building, and that's basically it. And yeah, the fighter, obviously, because you still have to be ready for some helicopter shenanigans in the beginning, or even air stuff coming in. So I like to buy in a fighter to protect the troops that are meant to go in fast. In this case, he has not gotten any helicopters or aircraft in the beginning, but I can see a lot of infantry coming in. So it's a good thing that I have some infantry here myself. And I haven't spotted any LAVs yet. I spotted an F-16 though, F-15, sorry. F-15 against F-16. Actually, I kind of win in the sense of that we force each other off, and my fighter is cheaper than his, so it is kind of a win. A lot of infantry here deployed in the middle. Snipes off an ITO. No, sorry, the Stinger that was going into the center, which is a bit sad. A lot of infantry also coming in here. Fighting off the LRS. I mean, one-on-one the LRS should win, but together with the Airborne gunners, they will overwhelm the LRS. Here in the center, yet those troops are getting completely destroyed by all his infantry here. I don't know why he's bringing the Airborne gunners, actually, because they aren't that good. It's just only a 7-man squad, and if you look, the Airborne squad is 10-man squad, and it has more veterancy and a better AT launcher, so why the fuck would you bring those guys? I mean, they're cheaper, so maybe that's the reason, I don't know. He's obviously ticking, because he's able to take the zones faster because his command is forward deploy. My LRS and I think the arrow rifles will die as well in the center. But the Rangers are alive for now. F-16 HE comes in and doesn't do basically any damage, because F-16 HE bomber is complete dog shit. Never use it. It does no damage against anything, basically, against maybe some small squads in the open. And even then, most of his bombs will miss. Arrow rifles here have seen no resistance, though I still keep him here in case the LAVs come through here. Even though I haven't spotted him yet, I'm still afraid that he will use them because, like, everybody uses them because they're pretty much overpowered at this point. I'm pretty sure also that they're bugged. Their stealth is too high. But even without overpowered stealth, they're just very, very strong vehicles. But for the moment, it's just a lot of infantry. Ranger Dragons here are holding quite well, because the Rangers are special forces and I bring them at Vet 2, so it can fight off all those 2 squads here. Now the LGB comes in and kills off my Rangers. That was a big mistake by me having both of those Rangers in the same building. I mean, in general, that's not a good idea, but especially if you're fighting against LGBs, they will kill everything in a building, so yeah, having 2 of your special forces squads in the same building, that was really bad. But I noticed that, like, while my F-16 was flying around here, nothing shot at it, so I thought I can, you know, just come in aggressively with a Cobra and clean up the infantry that's left here, and I was right, I could. Oh, yeah. Rangers Dragons still holding their ground here. I have brought in a mech rifle and another helicopter, but there's an Avenger there, so I kind of have to be careful with the Cobra so it doesn't get shot down, though the Ranger Dragons will deal with it, so I really don't know what he was doing. Like, the Ranger Dragon have been spotted for like half an hour. He brings in an F-15 to deal with the Cobra, but because I also don't have any AA there, because my Stinger was sniped in the beginning and my F-16 is repairing, I kind of don't really have a counter. I should have honestly landed the Cobra, but I was afraid that there would still be some infantry there that could quickly snipe it, but hindsight 2020, you know, would have been better to just land it. Either way, F-15 kills it, F-16 is obviously way too late, so there's a new F-16. So the Cobra dies. It got a few kills at least. Rangers here get some supply vehicles that were going through the city for reasons I don't understand. Because the Avenger was killed, the Cobra has now free reign. and can mop up his infantry here. More of my infantry is coming into support. Stinger here is actually out of rifle ammo because I was shooting at the enemy infantry. F-16 coming into LGB the incoming infantry. Kills it, that's a bit sad, but my F-16, I kept it around in case he would come in with a plane, and so I shoot down one of the LGB bombers, which is a very, very good kill. Like, taking care of these LGBs as early as possible is very important to me. I have also bought in an Irehawk. I will also buy in a second one, though I don't think I have done it yet, to get some air defense going, because obviously he likes using a lot of air. So I need to prepare against it, like aircraft specifically. Haven't seen any helicopters yet. And yeah, I redirected the command that was capturing those two sectors to now capture the center sector, because I have like good enough control here that I can put it behind those buildings. Which, I mean, is then in danger of being sniped from here, but he has nothing in these buildings, so that's fine. He has something in this building here, but you can see that it doesn't have sightline if I put it in like there. Sniped on an M113. It's like, that's not that bad, considering that I now know that he has squads here. That's, in my opinion, worth the sacrifice. That is a sacrifice I'm willing to make, actually. Airborne squad in the building here is going to be hard to dislodge. It's one big problem of fighting against the 82nd Airborne is just the ridiculously big squad size they have. Like, everything they have is like 10-man squads that are forward deployed and come in at Veteran C1 with shock trait. Those are not that much of an issue because they only have the normal AT launcher, but the Dragon squads are an absolute pain in the ass. I mean, but as I'm playing as Mechanized, I also have those squads, mine are even 11 man. So 8th is, in my opinion, actually a fairly good counter to 82nd, because you have a shit ton of Dragon squads. So ATGMs, you also have ITOs, you have M60s, you have Cobras, so you have a lot of cost-effective tools to deal with specifically the LAVs. Second LGB comes in, I have no idea what he was thinking there. He must have known that I have two F-16s up, so there was a suicide run by him. And plus the Irehawk that they just deployed, so he just wasted his second LGB, but I won't complain because now I have killed both his LGBs, which are basically his most powerful tools in his arsenal. I lose both F-16s to his Eagles, which is painful, but to be fair, I don't even need them that much now after killing both his LGBs. Irehawk here, not being able to kill the Eagle, of course not, now running out of ammo because the supply truck lagged behind a bit. Brought in Bradley as a spotting tool here and also to cut off his command coming in, but it was a bit too late and got stuck on shooting those Airborne. I didn't even know that it has a sightline there. So I had to manually target Humvee, but unfortunately it was a bit too late, and then it doesn't even hit. Bruh. Told you with 65% accuracy misses the Humvee. That was really sad, but well, yeah, little miss micro by me and already big problem, because he is now ticking again with +2, and Airport is one of the newer maps, right? So no big zones, small point cost or point value of the zones, so you really don't want to get to be too far behind at early game. Here, one of those 10-man Dragon squads sniping my Bradley, by the way. Very sad, because I only get 4 of those. But luckily the Airborne also don't have a lot of IFVs, other than the LAVs, which we still haven't seen any of. So, or I haven't seen any of, sorry. I'm getting a bit worried, because I don't know whether he just snuck them around a flank somewhere and he would just completely destroy my backline, or whether he just didn't bring them, which would be very weird, because why would you play 82nd if you don't have any LIVs? But I don't know what he is thinking, so you gotta play with what against what I can see at the moment, because I need to get something going. Stingers here destroyed the Cobra, I wasn't paying attention, and well, there's 2 upvetted Stingers there because the Humvee didn't die, the command Humvee, so yikes. Ranger's Dragon here putting pressure onto him. I guess, yeah, this M60 was slightly out of range of his Dragon squad, so can bring in some good fire support. Though you can see here against the VET2 squad, the Ranger's Dragons are actually not that good anymore. Brings in a F111 cluster, which is a very weird choice to have in this deck. Like, this is even more useless than the F16 AG, because you can just micro away. And especially now I have 2 Eyehawks up at pivots, so yeah, really questionable choice. He's lucky that my Eyehawks just keep missing. Up-vetted as well, by the way, so 60% accuracy and still can't hit anything apparently. F15 flies through and then circles around my spawn point. I wasn't really sure what he was trying to do with that. Not like I was spawning in a lot. If I would be spawning in a lot of planes, I would get that. Because if you like circle in your enemy's air spawn, it's actually very hard to shoot you down. But it's not like I'm spawning a lot of air support. I just have a bunch of fighters. Had a bunch of fighters. But whatever. I'm beginning to push back a bit in the center zone. Because his command survived, he can now contest it, and so he will stay at the +1 tick. And I don't have the resources to like move over the open here because he will surely have like TOW2s or whatever in those buildings. He has a TOW2 in this building, and other airborne dragon squads or something. So I would just get wrecked. Infantry moving to those buildings there. I have bought in the M110s now because artillery is a very important tool in countering the airborne divisions. It is all, you have to call it in the right time. Like, you have to have a stable front line. Kill a tow cobra, by the way, with the pivots right before it dies. You have to have a stable front line. Not necessarily like neutralize the points, but just stable so that he doesn't push through you. And then you buy an artillery and start just hammering down on all his infantry. And slowly whittle him down. Because otherwise you can't win. His squads are just too big and too good. Except those airborne gunners. I don't know what he was thinking when choosing them. In this case, I specifically target his air defense. Second F16 HE gets shot down, by the way, by the Eyehawks that finally hit something. Because those Avengers are just such a pain in the ass to deal with. With the 65% accuracy, not seedable, which doesn't matter because I don't, in this specific case, because I don't have seed anyway. But just in general, countering them is so hard with like aircraft or anything, and with ATGMs as well, because if your enemy has like more than 3 brain cells, which most of 82nd players don't, but that's another topic, they will just drive away from all your ATGMs and keep their Avengers behind their lines or somewhere in the forest where they become invisible, because stealth in this game is fun, even though they have bad stealth. So they're not the worst offenders in this specific case. But I need to get them killed, so I can use primarily my Vipers and also my A10s against his Sheridans that he has. And also still, I am very afraid of the LAVs, because surely he will bring him out at some point. Like, you just don't play 82nd without LAVs, that makes no sense. That's like eating fries without ketchup. It's just wrong.
Target neutralized.
So I kill off both the Avengers that I see. He will of course have more, but together with the one I have already killed off here, there's already 3 Avengers down. He gets a maximum of 8 if he takes both cards. So that's good kills. So now I buy in the 10 because I know that I have killed at least a decent part of his AA net to kill the Sheridans there. Well, I mean, the Ito is taking also care of them, but I want to get rid of them as quick as I can, because the Sheridans aren't strong, but their ATGM can be very annoying. And together with the TOW2s and the Dragon 2s, it's just so many ATGMs that, you know, one of them will hit. The accuracy of those, okay, now it has is like 45% or something. It's not good, but together with the Dragon 2s and the TOW2s, something will hit, and they will whittle you down eventually. So you need to get rid of them as fast as you can. Also, reason as why I now target the TOW2 with the M110s, as I see it, and yeah, as I said, get rid of them as quick as you can. I killed off the command here because I have completely pushed him out of the center sector now. So at least it's neutral for the moment. So no more ticking on his side, but also no ticking on my side. Killed the second F-16HE, so the other one was actually only the first one that I never killed in the first place. Sorry for the misinformation there. But I have stabilized now, considering the points, but now I need to prepare some offensive somewhere. I could push through there, but pushing through all those buildings against the Airborne division seems like a very painful job, which is another big problem of fighting against the Airborne. Like, you kind of don't want to fight in the open because of all the ATGMs, but you also don't want to fight in the towns because of his big infantry. Oh, you actually just don't want to fight him anywhere. You actually just don't want to play against Airborne anywhere, any time of the day, because it's just painful. All my homies hate Airborne divisions. My homies actually don't play WARNO, but that's another question. Ito here runs out of ATGMs, I think, shooting at the transports and just missing because they hide behind the buildings all the time. He has a Cobra coming through the left flank. I guess he wanted to get some like funny meme snipes on my howitzers. I also brought in a command for them, by the way, to upvet them to vet 2. You get a higher rate of fire and more aiming time and faster reload time. He brings it to Eagles and lands his helicopter, which was a smart move by him. Lose one F-16, luckily don't lose the other, and shoot down both his F-15 Eagles. Very, very good. But his tow Cobra survived, so I have to keep eyes on it. That's why I brought in the recon heli here, just to see him. This will act like a tripwire, and well, I spot him fairly quickly. And I bought in 2 infantry squads here in the M113s, and the M113s have 50 cals, and they are actually okay against the Cobras because they are unarmored. The Cobras, I mean. So I use them. I quickly unload the infantry just in case he snipes one of the M113s with his toes, so that the infantry doesn't kill it inside of them. And you see they are doing a decent job against the tow Cobra with their 50 cals. And even if he breaks through, I can quickly call in the A10, but he doesn't. He gets shot down by the 50 cals of the M113. So I shut down that flanking attempt. Would have been very painful if he would have shut down my M110s. And now he comes back to the FSP. The M110s, sorry. Come back to the FSP to resupply. And yeah, it has 16,000 supplies, so I was right. One of the problems, in my opinion, of the M110s is that they only have 12 rounds. So you need to resupply them quite early and quite frequently. And that's also one reason why I bring the FSP in, so that I just, once the game starts, I only need to buy in the M110s and not additional supply all the time. And then also plus the Mars that I have, which is also quite supply hungry. So the FSP just, and yeah, I'm talking about it. I just bought in the Mars, the M270. Oh, so that's the reason why I bring in the FSP and like sacrifice points during the deployment, because like I can't win against an airborne division early on anyway, right? Trying that will just get you killed. So that's why I start off thinking about the late game, or mid game, more like well, we're almost exactly at the mid game now. Yeah, so that's my philosophy, at least, going up against airborne divisions. Obviously, you can also try to counter them aggressively with divisions that have the tools for that. The philosophy there being that if you counter them early on, they can't do anything, because that's the only time, the early game is the only time where they shine, and if they don't get the advantageous positions, they have a very hard time getting them later on. But I mean, the divisions are made to be strong early on, so I don't know. I think it is honestly better to let them get the advantageous position and then slowly grind your way back in with a division that has the tools for that. See the TOW moving over the open, and thought I would target it with the M270, but I was sure that he would put it into this building, but apparently he was just moving it over the open. I don't really know why. So actually, his weird moves here saved his Toju. So I guess it's good on him. And you can see massive counter battery coming in. But one thing I always do, and I would advise you to do as well, is move my artillery after it fired. So M270 already also on the way to supply itself with new rockets. So his counter battery doesn't hit anything. Now you see I have prepared quite force to march over the open here. And well, because his Toju was in the open, I decided to just use my tanks and kill it off. Because without cover, there's not much you can do. And now you can see the ATGM ball, like he has 3 Sheridans there. So like one of those rockets will hit. In this case, like both miss, but still do a lot of suppression and stun the Abrams. So that's bad. Yeah, like fighting off this ATGM wall will be very hard. And the M60 with less armor, obviously way more susceptible to those ATGMs. Bring in the arrow rifles aggressively, but the 50 cal of the Sheridan is apparently the best AA piece in the goddamn game and stuns the helicopter. And now they will die, because helicopters are weird. Especially helicopters with infantry in them, it's basically gambling. And I brought them into aggressively. That was a mistake by me. Honestly, should have brought them in like into this forest line here or something. Would have been a better choice. And you can see here he also has a dragon squad there, another 2-2 squad deployed back there. So kind of a very good firing line set up by him. So I have to retreat to not lose my tanks. Still try to get my infantry across. So this will be dangerous, especially with the Apache coming in. Another F-111 cluster coming in. Completely useless, just gets shot down. I think it will get some hits on the Abrams. Yeah, but like this is just not worth it at all. He's still trying to counter battery my howitzers. Don't really know why. Because you should have seen that I have been moving them after every shot. So maybe put him on a smart order to not micro them. I don't know. Try to move my infantry across the open, but the military police with the recoilless rifle, obviously very good over long range because, well, they have 1,400 meter range. And plus the Apache coming in at the very bad timing for me just wrecks all my infantry in the open. But my howitzers deal with the military police here fairly quickly. Try to bring in another arrow rifle, but now he has the Cobra 8S, which is the Cobra with the stingers. So they get killed off again. The arrow rifle's survival rate in this game was not the best, I'm gonna be honest with you. But one survived. So, you know, only 1 in 3 are going to die before they deploy in an advance. It's not that bad. It is pretty bad, but let's not talk about it. Apache going for the Bradley, luckily misses his Hellfire. Chaparral and pivots being brought in, and the A10, so I really want to get rid of the Apache, and I do. Sadly, the A10 misses the how's the helicopter called? The Black Hawk supply with its Maverick. So that was a bit unlucky, and I instantly, I don't instantly retreat it, but I fly it back. Because I was mainly targeting the Apache, and now I target the infantry that I see here in the open. Also now I counter battery his howitzers because I know that they're not mobile, right? And I see that he has been firing from the same spot every time, so I thought that, I might as well try to counter battery him. But now he has like 3 full airborne squads here, and yeah, my infantry has no chance against that. Now I retreat the A10s. Both A10s survived, so that's already kind of a win in my book, even though they didn't do that much. In a sense of like they only killed off 1 Apache and I think 1 infantry squad or something, so they could have done a lot more, but I don't want to keep them around too long because he should still have fighters and more anti-air that he can bring in fairly quickly. So I have to watch out. Toju now moved up and will wreck my tanks in the open here. Try to get some damage going onto the squads in this building here, so target them with the M270. You see he still tries to counter battery me, I have no idea why. Yeah, the squads here started to retreat, so good micro by him. M60 here dies to all the ATGMs. So very big problem for me. I was pretty sure the chaparral and the pivots have also been killed off by TOW2s or dragons or the Sheridan ATGM. I don't even know what it's called. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. The Sheridan ATGM. So yeah, that's exactly what I said would be the problem. Shit ton of ATGMs. And I haven't even brought in the command because, I don't know, recently I just always forget to bring in commands on my attacks. Guess that's Alzheimer's, but it's slowly on the way. 15 minutes left, so it's okay, but
Well done, guys.
not the best spot to be in. But to be fair, I mean, I didn't really have a chance to move in my command anywhere at this point anyway, because I wasn't able to take care of all his ATGMs and infantry at this point. So yeah, maybe it was actually like a big brain play by me to not bring it in earlier. Aito can't even one-shot the Sheridan, bruh. What is this? How is an Aito not able to one-shot the Sheridan? Maybe it was a partial connection or something. I mean, should be able to one-shot the Sheridan. I'm very confused. Well, anyway, more infantry being brought in and dying, but now I have the Cobra up to wreck his infantry in the building, because again I noticed that while my A10s were flying around here, nothing was shooting at them, so I thought I might as well bring some helicopters, you know. And I saw 3 Avengers here, so I decided to just try to overwhelm him with 2 A10s, and it worked perfectly, because he was driving them in to try to kill off the Cobras, so the Cobras kind of functioned as bait, and the A10s just dealt with them so quickly and efficiently. That was a very, very good play by me, and not that well done by him, honestly. Like, you should have kept them in the forest line and maybe also brought in some stingers or something, but not drive all your Avengers in one big blob. Yeah, not the brightest of ideas. I mean, it could have worked. Maybe he wasn't aware of me seeing them, but still very risky. Now I finally kill off the supply. I don't even know how much was left in it, but you know, even if there's nothing left in it, I kill off the point value that he could get by selling it. He has brought in more AA though as well, that kills off the Cobras. At this point, honestly, I just rush in my Abrams to get it into the zone and get some points. A10 here actually gets hit. I was really hoping that it could escape, though it gets hit on its way out, so that was sad. But this one here will most likely escape without even being damaged too much. So yeah, overall good enough. Killed off a lot of his AA and tanks and all kinds of other vehicles in this attack, and was able to get myself a foothold. Or, well, it's not even a foothold, I completely captured the sector. TOW2 here luckily misses Bradley. I instantly retreat the Abrams again, even though that means that he can recapture the zone. But I haven't seen any command, not infantry, but command squad anywhere near here. And I would rather keep my command Abrams alive than sacrifice it in the zone. Because I don't have any other command near right now. I mean, I could have used this command, but like the M151 will die even quicker. It doesn't even have smoke, so that wouldn't be the best idea of ideas. Should have bought in mortars earlier. Honestly, that was also a mistake done by me. Retreated this mech rifle because it was so close to death that there was really no point pushing it in. He targets it with his howitzers, and I don't remember whether he actually kills it off or not. I brought in more infantry here, like actually engineers with flash launchers, to try to get some more CQC fighting power. Especially if I then move on to the forest lines here, the engineer flash with flash launchers will be very, very effective. Try to again counter battery him, because now he is targeting my infantry, which he should have done from the beginning, honestly. So this is way more dangerous. That's also one of the reasons why I counter batteried him to begin with. He wasn't doing any damage to my howitzers, right? So you might think, why did you even bother using your strikes on his artillery? Because I was afraid that he would at some point start using it against my infantry or tanks or whatever, and because he had a lot of howitzers, I don't know how many he had, but it was like 6 or something. If they all fire on an infantry squad, it will be deleted super quickly. So I want to get rid of them as early as I can. And yeah, I continue doing that. Because I saw that like his artillery fire was getting lower. The volume of fire was getting lower. So I was killing stuff. Here I honestly do a big mistake by microing the engineer flash, because I was playing quite a lot of second infantry, like the German 2nd Panzergrenadier Division, and German napalm launcher squads have submachine guns, so they start firing at like their guns at the same time, same range. They can fire the napalm launchers, but the engineers flash have normal assault rifles with higher range than the flash launchers, so you have to manually micro them in range of the flash launchers in such a case, for example, where it's not a like forest where you have a limited sightline anyway. So yeah, I lose them unnecessarily. Put my Mars onto this building here. He again micros out of it, so that was very well done by him, honestly. He dodged most of my M270 strikes. But I think I killed one. And M270 is still good for suppression. I saw an M1 Sheridan command coming in and quickly sniped it off with my Abrams. Luckily it also hit on the first shot. So that was a bit lucky. And very, very important kill. Like, if he would have gotten back into the zone, I obviously could have moved in my command back again, but it would have been very painful. Those units here have been waiting here for repairs for quite some time, because I just was forgetting to buy a new supply for a long time. Another command coming in, but with all those buildings here destroyed, I have a good sightline, and the A-10 is coming in and quickly change target. I was originally targeting the Vulcan, but quickly change it to the Humvee and get the kill fairly quickly. Apache coming in, so I just used the A-10 and the F-16 to target it, to get it down quickly. F-16 seed coming in actually now, for the first time in, well, the whole game, after 32 minutes. Gets the pivots, because I was too lazy to put the pivots in the command group with the other radar AA, like this pivots and those two IHawks. And his seed dies, so yeah, you don't want to use your seed like just on your own. That kind of makes no sense. Use your seed together with your strike planes. Like I said, I think T-Man called it the Lathan's Doctrine, which is one of the best players if you don't know him. He always says that, you know, don't buy in your planes one by one and send, or like you have to buy them in one by one, but don't send them in one by one. Buy them in one by one, but then send them in all together, so you overwhelm your enemy's air defense. Here, by the way, my AA gets his Apache. Even his Apache got one Chaparral, but that's a trade-down. That's okay, honestly. And then, especially if you have seed, bring it in together with seed, like your strike aircraft and your seed aircraft. Now I also start to get some infantry into here, because I want to put maximum pressure on him. I will win with the +2 tick, I'm pretty sure, but I want to put more pressure on him. I also have a command going in around here to capture this zone. I kind of want to have a safety net in case he recaptures this sector or even contests them. So that's why I'm putting a lot of, or like beginning to put a lot of pressure onto other sectors. You can also see I actually have more than a command here to attack this sector here. Here I also have basically broken through. There's like no infantry left except for 2 Stingers. Like, that's really not that much. And he finally surrenders. I did it again. I outlasted the Airborne onslaught. You see a very, very good KD. Enemy was a decent-ish rank. He was, I think, 250 or something when I played him. Lost quite a few ranks recently. I got back to my 80% win rate after losing against T-Man and another player air spamming me with first UK. So I'm very happy. Yeah, see with the units in the beginning didn't do that much. You see also the Cobra here. That's not a lot of kills, though. Killing off with O2 is always very, very nice, because you only get 3 per card. And they are extremely powerful, so killing them off is an absolute priority. I would say it's even more important than killing off the Dragon 2s, because you can outrange the Dragon 2s, but you can't outrange the TOW2. This Cobra here doing a lot better. For beefy infantry squads is a lot of value. Don't know if the point value adds up, honestly, but anyway, for squads, very good. F16 here. Killing the LGBs early on was so good. If you would have kept them going longer, and if you would use them together with, for example, the seed planes, I would have been in a very, very rough spot. Because I couldn't have kept my Hawks on, for example, while he was LGB striking. So you kind of have to let the bomber get through. You can still shoot it down on the way out when the bomber and the LGB, the bomber and the seat turn away, but you will get one strike off. And yeah, so big mistake by him. Aito here killing the first Humvee command vehicle and a bunch of 2 supply vehicles and 2 Sheridans, so decent kill list. The other F-16's LGB bomber killed off actually killed off by F-16s. So yeah, bit of Kain on Abel action here, brother killing brother. This Eyehawk here got some immense value. It also ran out of ammo towards the end, which is fair enough, killing off 2 Eagles and 2 F-16s. M110 here getting a lot of very valuable kills. The 2 Avengers were so important kills, such important kills in the beginning. 3 howitzers, 2 military police patrol. Obviously, killing off the Airborne would have been better, but these kills are still very, very juicy. The M1A1 didn't do that well, honestly, didn't kill that much. Here, mech rifles, those were the ones pushing through the center sector. Other M110 killing a TOW and another howitzer. So the artillery did decent. Also did a lot of suppression and yeah, killing off key units. Very, very important. Eyehawk killing 1 F-16, but I mean, that's fine. The other Eyehawk did enough. Yeah, Bradley here just killing a bunch of Humvees. That's And those are the 10s. Fantastic performance. Killing off 3 Avengers, only 1 Apache. Guess the second one or the other ones died to different stuff. An Apache, a bunch of Sheridans, command vehicle, supply helicopter, even infantry. So the A-10s got their value, definitely got their value in this game. This M1 performing a bit better. Especially killing off the command vehicle. That was a very crucial kill. M270 only got 1 kill. But yeah, as I said, he microed well against the M270, and so it didn't get that many kills. But it was still good for suppression and for dislodging him from the buildings. So I'm not completely sure whether the M270 is worth it. Obviously, the Grad is 1,000 times better, and it's cheaper. Lol. But I think the M270 is still a useful tool. It's just that unfortunately it's not the best in its category. But well, it's the only thing you have available in this division concerning rocket artillery. So gotta use what we have. And yeah, on his kill list, the LGB here killing both those rangers in one building was a big mistake by me. So this LGB honestly did okay-ish, but this LGB like killed 1 M60. That's ridiculous. That's not a good kill list for an LGB bomber. Even the lighter one like the F-16. Sheridan here killing a lot of M113s and the aero rifles and the Blackhawks. That was a bit sad. 8 is also killing 1 aero rifle. But other than that, you see that like his kill lists aren't that impressive. Like 1 Airborne Dragon killing off an M60 and 2 infantry squads, that's good. TOW here killing off a bunch of like unimportant vehicles. The pivots was misbackward by me, gonna be honest there. But other than that, it's a lot of M113s because I like to send in the M113s to see what people have there. They're also good for long-range fire support, but mostly I would rather sacrifice an M113 to know his ATGM positions to keep my tanks alive. And yeah, that's basically it. So that was the game. And I was very, very happy I won that. And made the FSP work against the enemy who played 82nd decently. Because the last time I played it, where I did a video on it, there was like no real early aggression. But here, he weirdly enough didn't use any LAVs until the end. But he had the recon Sheridans that don't even get the ATGM. Like, that's the most useless vehicle in the game. So, yeah, weird choices by him, but overall, it's his own fault, you know. I take the win. I'm very happy with it. And I hope you are happy with the video. And I hope to see you in the next one that will hopefully be sooner than this one, because I will hopefully get a good game. And I hope to see you then. Bye bye.